Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Shraddha's Physics. This video is based on statistical mechanics for the core 14. In the last classes we have already seen what are Bose-Einstein statistics and what is Fermi-Dirac statistics. So in Bose-Einstein statistics we are dealing with identical and indistinguishable particle having zero or integral spin, whereas in Fermi-Dirac statistics we are dealing with identical indistinguishable particles having integral half spin. Okay, so here in Fermi-Dirac statistics the particle involved are known as fermions, and in case of the Bose-Einstein statistics the particle involved are known as bosons. So here we will see the Bose-Einstein distribution function. Consider a system having, suppose there are n indistinguishable particles, so you cannot distinguish between the particles. Let these particles be divided into quantum groups or levels such that there are n1, n2, so on ni number of particles in groups whose energies are, you can see that for n1 number of particles the energy is epsilon 1 or E1, for n2 energy is E2. It means that when the number of particles is n1 the energy will be always E1. When the particle number is n2, the energy will be E2, and so on. For Ni, it will be Ei. Let Gi be the number of eigenstates. This eigenstate is also known as the degeneracy of the level. So, if we will consider the system is non-degenerate. For the non-degenerate system, we will consider this degeneracy as 1. The Bose-Einstein statistics, it has some conditions. We will see some conditions of Bose-Einstein statistics, that the particle means here we are saying about the bosons. Okay, the particles are here indistinguishable from each other, so there is no distinction between the different ways in which the particles can be chosen. Since the particles are indistinguishable in nature, we cannot choose the particle in different ways. The second one is each eigenstate of the ith quantum state, they may contain 0, 1, 2, so on ni identical particle. Okay. The third one is the sum of the energies of all the particles in the different quantum groups taken together, it constitutes the total energy of the system. Okay. Suppose here we will consider there are Gi number of cells and there are Ni number of particles. Here we are considering that there are Gi number of cells and there are Ni number of particles. So in this case, here we are considering that the particles are indistinguishable. Okay, so they are distributed among these sections. There are Gi number of cells and there are Ni number of indistinguishable particles. So the first choice is that the particle may lie in any of these cells. Okay, so the total number of particles or the permutation of the Ni number of particles in the remaining Gi minus 1 cell will be Ni plus Gi minus 1 whole factorial. So the total number of possible ways in which the Ni particles can be distributed in this Gi section will be Gi into Ni plus Gi minus 1 whole factorial. Clear? So the required number of ways in which the Ni particles are to be distributed among the Gi sublevels of the ith quantum group, this will be this Gi into Ni plus Gi minus 1 whole factorial divided by the number of particles, that is Ni factorial, into the sublevels, that is the degeneracy or the total number of division of the cell, that is Gi factorial. So that will be equal to this Gi will be Gi divided by Gi factorial will be Gi minus 1 factorial. How? Suppose this is 4, this is 4 factorial. So 4 factorial means 4 into 3 factorial. Here is 4, so 4 get cancelled. The remaining will be 3 factorial. So 3 means this will be Gi minus 1 factorial. Clear? Now the total number of different arrangements for all the n particles for a particular macro state, that is n1, n2, n3, so on nk, the thermodynamical probability, this omega, that is for this state n1 n2 n3 so on nk, this would be product over I equal to 1 to k, this will be ni plus gi minus 1 whole factorial divided by ni factorial into gi minus 1 whole factorial. Clear? So taking the logarithm on the both side of this, we will get this is log omega will be equal to this product over becomes sum over log ni plus gi minus 1 whole factorial. Again this will be minus log ni factorial, this will be minus log gi minus 1 whole factorial. Okay. Since this ni and gi, these are very large number, so we can apply the Stirling approximation. So by applying the Stirling approximation means this log x factorial, suppose this is log x factorial, then this will becomes x ln x minus x. Now you can see that this will be ni plus gi minus 1 ln ni plus gi minus 1 minus ni plus gi minus 1. Similarly, this is log ni factorial, this will be ni ln ni plus ni, and similarly you can put for ln gi minus 1 whole factorial, gi minus 1 ln gi minus 1 plus gi minus 1, since here is the negative sign. Now this is ni plus gi minus 1, this will be equal to ni plus gi minus 1 ln ni plus gi minus 1. You can see here this is minus ni ln I, this will be minus ni ln I. Here this is minus ni, this is minus ni plus ni get cancelled, this will be minus gi plus 1, so this will be minus gi, this will be plus gi get cancelled, this plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled, so the remaining will be minus gi minus 1 ln gi minus 1. Clear? Here this if we can fixed this degeneracy to be fixed or the number of particles to be variable quantity, in that case if we will differentiate this logarithm, this will be d ln omega equal to, here I am differentiating on the left hand side and right hand side, so this will be d ni ln ni plus gi minus 1. Here you can see that since we are considering that ni is my variable, so the other term are constant, so this will be dni, other term goes to 0, this will be ln this much plus this is ni plus gi minus 1 into the derivative of logarithm will be 1 by this much into ni means dni. Clear? Again here minus dni ln ni, again minus this is ni into 1 by ni dni. Here since it contains gi term, so since we are considering it as constant or fixed number, so it will goes to 0. Then this will be ni dni, sorry, this is dni log ni plus gi minus 1. Here is you can see this will get cancelled, this will becomes dni. So taking dni common, ln ni plus gi minus 1, this will becomes, this get cancelled, this will be dni, this ni get cancelled, minus dni, so dni minus dni will goes to 0, the remaining will be minus dni ln ni, so here is minus ln ni and here dni is taking common, here it has been taken common. Now this will be ln ni plus gi minus ln ni dni. Why? Because since we are considering that ni is a very large number, so here we can neglect 1. So as compared to this ni plus gi, we can neglect this 1. So for most probable or the equilibrium state, our omega is maximum. Since omega is maximum, d ln omega will be 0. Hence this much term is 0. Again since total term is 0, we can write the bracketed term as 0, that is ln ni plus gi minus ln ni will be equal to 0. The system must obey the two constraints, that is one is the due to conservation of the total number of particles, sum over dni is 0, and due to the conservation of energy of the system, sum over ei dni is 0. Hence multiplying this term by minus alpha and minus beta in this equation, and adding the previous equation, we will get this will be ln ni plus gi. In the previous that we have calculated ln ni plus gi minus ln ni. Here this is minus alpha into dni and this will be minus beta ei. Clear? Now this will be ln ni plus gi minus ln ni minus alpha minus beta ei equal to 0. This bracketed term equal to 0. Or we can write it as this will be ln ni plus gi. This minus becomes log a by b, that is divided by ni. That will be equal to alpha plus this beta is 1 by kt into ei. Again this taking ln here. So this will be ni by ni is 1 plus gi by ni, that will be equal to exponential alpha into exponential ei by kt. Clear? So this will be taking 1 here, e power alpha e power ei by kt minus 1. So the ni will be equal to gi divided by exponential alpha e power ei by kt minus 1. So this leads to the Bose-Einstein distribution law. Clear? So this is all for today. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you.